Okay, before I go into the Animaniacs movie, let's recap before we start. We looked at the Tiny Toon Adventures, the show that started the Warner Brothers craze of the 90s, Animaniacs, which were basically the modern Marx Brothers, which is still appreciated today, and Pinky and the Brain, which was not only the spin-off of Animaniacs, but it is just as popular as the show they started on. Now it's time to look at the Animaniacs movie. Originally, this movie was supposed to be in theaters due to high ratings with adults and kids during test screenings. But seeing as Warner Brothers did not want to pay for all the advertising, they didn't scrap the whole movie altogether, but released the movie direct-to-video, a lot like the Disney sequels, and thus we have Steven Spielberg presents Animaniacs Wakko's Wish, or as the fans call it, Wakko's Wish. So the movie begins in the fictional town of Acme Falls within the fictional kingdom of Warnerstock, where all the Animaniacs characters live happily together. However, upon the death of the king, Sir William the Good, Warnerstock enters a state of civil war. Taking advantage of the situation, the neighboring fictional kingdom of Dictokia, led by King Salazar the Pushy, takes over Warnerstock and makes all of its people poor and miserable due to overtaxing. Three orphans, Yakko, Wakko, and Dot Warner, are particularly troubled as Dot needs an operation. Wakko, saddened about Dot's illness, tries wishing upon a star. A fairy, who calls himself a desire fulfillment facilitator, falls from the star he picks and explains that Wakko had just chosen the only wishing star in the sky. The star itself falls shortly after in the mountains, and the fairy tells Wakko that whoever touches the star first gets one wish. The following morning, the siblings tells the whole town about the star in their excitement, which makes them all rush towards the glow of the mountains. King Salazar finds out about the star, orders taxman plots to stop the Warners from reaching the star alive, and orders his troops to head to the star first and secure it. So it's up to Wakko and Yakko to save their sister.
Warner girl and the Warner boy.
Now let's look at the characters. Immediately you can tell that all of the voice actors have come back to do their own characters. Even Buttons gets at least one line, but that's not as bad as another movie that shall not be mentioned. Though there has been some issues about the movie being a little overdramatic than the actual show itself. The characters are just not what they used to be. There's not enough screen time of some Animaniacs characters. Personally, I found it pretty good. And another thing, they added in brand new characters for this. One character I particularly hate, more than King Salazar, is Mindy's mother. I hate her so much. Ugh. But even this scene is probably going to be one of the most depressing scenes in animation history. Just check it out, and you'll see what I mean.